Dungeons and Dragons. And you guys are a place with less cheery music than this.
That time and I forgot to log into Roll20. I'll be there presently.
Oh, you.
Okay, I'm in. I could have just not said anything.
I need to get a better cave dungeon. You are in the gut. You are between two places in the gut. Because we ended last session with you far enough away from civilization that returning in time to convene at a sanctuary wasn't really on the table. But that's okay. You don't want to go back home yet anyway, do you? Not without treasure in your bags. Where are you?
Or we're in the wilderness, so to speak. We're like on an expedition.
So to speak, yes.
Oh.
Right now you guys are, I believe, huddled together in one of the long corridors of the gut. Far to your northwest, you believe there is the deep, wet cavern with the ceiling whelks, and where you'd once found that big statue with the bowl and the cursed gem at the bottom of it. And then, not too far to your southeast, there's the strange cavern of runes, the one that seems so much larger than its perimeter would allow. You've just pulled back from that place after a fateful encounter with a frightening crystal wall from which almost emerged eerie reflections of yourselves before you frantically escaped. And in your pockets you have very little, save a sample of the mysterious stone from which those reflections were about to emit, and from which the uncanny characteristics of that cave, which is larger than its perimeter allows, seems to derive from in some way. Now, you guys have a lot of food with you, but not an infinite amount. You need to get back to civilization by the end of this session, by the end of this week, or you will be out of provisions. And down here, running out of provisions is quite problematic because there is nothing to hunt. You are in a place of, as I love to keep emphasizing, a place of absolute darkness and oppressive silence and almost no living things. So, let me make a quick little sketch so that things are at least somewhat visible to you.
So to clarify, since our last adventure, we've not made it back to the last light inn?
Correct.
Okay.
Where is a good map? So you are on a span of underground travel, whose distance takes you about 1 day. To travel from one end to the other. You're currently in the middle of a corridor. You are burning some of your firewood for warmth down here in the dark. It's not so cold here that you need fire to survive, but it's nice sometimes to be warm down here. And you had a bit of wood. Well, it's running out. The question now is, do you press on, or do you turn back to the last one in? Tess, you are the current bearer of the curse, which is to say you are the caller. And the horrible ordeal of creating consensus is your burden tonight.
All right.
Remember, however, that you don't need to be too deferential to the rest of your squad. You can assume they are all adults, and if you do something which they would really rather you not do, they will tell you.
Okay. So basically, our first order of business is to figure out if we're gonna keep. Okay, so we I think we had a consensus already that we were going to keep trying to find some kind of goddamn treasure before we got out of here, but that the actual room with the cursed mirrors was perhaps not a great approach while we are at our current strength. Is that about right?
The room in to like the southeast, right? That one? Yeah.
That's the one we came from, which had like the cursed mirror where we saw our own like fucked up reflections, and the reflections seemed to be getting more hostile over time. So we got the hell out of there.
I throw out a vote and then an alternate. I actually think we should go for it. For what it's worth, I think we
Mirrors?
should. We should. Glorpert is ready to fight these demons, these horrible things, and kill them. And then, secondly, if not that, I think we ought to continue along the wall. Just toss that out.
The wall meaning the perimeter of the room that's
Yeah.
larger on the inside.
Instead of continuing down into the mirror image with the no eyes place, we just leave and continue along the edge and keep going, so that we can.
You guys know more about this area than I do, both Iceli and Ooceli. So if people have any other suggestions to shout out, please do so.
My consideration is I only have 3 days of rations left.
I'll give you
So
3 days of rations. I'll give you 2 days of rations.
Okay. That kind of relieves a little bit of pressure for me. Regarding the wall of mirrors, if that's something we do, might I propose a strategy that we send forward perhaps just us, and then after a delay, the rest of the group comes in to provide reinforcements, rather than if there's a shadow equivalent or dark equivalent of all of us, and they're able to exit the wall.
That'll be too strong.
That would be, it'd be an equal fight.
Yeah.
And if we can get a little bit of a one-way, or a little bit of an advantage, at least momentarily, to
You propose
overpower
to
it.
defeat them in detail.
Yes, exactly. Applying that strategy, exactly. Good reference.
That's a phrasing that I've grown to be fond of.
You see it a lot in BattleTech.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason it's a real-world strategy.
I mean, are you talking about like an echelon? Like the group goes in, we wait, the other group, then the group goes in?
I think what might work better would be to like draw out whatever comes to fight us, so then we don't end up with reflections of the rest of the party also joining the fight until we finish with the first wave.
Wait, go ahead,
Yeah,
AJ.
also-
Sorry, I just didn't understand.
That's essentially it. That's essentially it. Like,
Okay.
The presumption being that presuming that there are enemies that can exit the wall, presuming that they can only copy those that are present in the room, then having fewer people in the room initially would lead to fewer opposition that we could then press in and overwhelm.
Yeah. Of course, if we retreat and deal with our shadow clones or our mirror clones, and then come back in and then find out that it spawns new ones every time, that's not going to help. Another issue is that I don't believe anyone saw any treasure there aside from the mirrors themselves and their potential magic.
I mean, if they're equivalent to us and they can exit, then they have equipment equivalent to our own. One would assume, though.
So we're going to try to dupe some items.
Maybe. I don't know.
Hack the planet.
Yeah. All right, let's go back. Wait, who has glow spear or whatever?
Ulfkill had it, but if one of you guys wants, my general policy is that magical weapons belong to. I know in the OG game, magical weapons and who had which magical item was a very strong question of who gets what. But my usual approach in these is to assume that magical kit belongs to the party, and if a character slips out of the group for a while, their magical kit returns to the party. So if one of you guys wants to have gold spear / or one of the other magical item, or one of the other magical items you've had, I've got a spreadsheet for this.
I currently have, because Ulfkill had gold spear. I've been running Scalebreaker.
Yes, good old Scalebreaker.
I feel skeptical of the wisdom of bringing in these important magical artifacts in the hopes that we will create new ones that are permanent.
Yeah, I don't have high hopes that that would be an actual eventuality, but
Hmm.
it was brought up. It is a possibility, but if they regarding treasure, they may vanish as soon as they're slain.
Did
Yeah.
we see a mirror, or did we just see a mirror
We also
image
might-
of the person?
We saw a mirror, and we saw like there was like a very large mirror, I remember, and my character.
I'll summarize briefly. The south wall of that otherwise normal cave chamber was entirely made of a reflective crystal that functioned almost as well as a mirror. And as the Coatl approached it, he saw shadowy reflections of himself deep within it, along with the rest of you, approaching with, fervent intent towards him. And as you beat a hasty retreat, Praderi caught a brief glimpse of himself around the corner of the cave while you were retreating.
With like
So-
dark eyes or something like that.
And it
Yes,
was
something
actually
like that.
outside of the mirror at that point. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, we have a reason to think that it will spawn copies of us, but what we don't know is why we want to provoke it.
Well, the obvious reason, as AJ mentioned, is what if it copied your treasure? In which case, on the other hand, what if it just copies things that kill you? That would.
Norbert's justification is just to slay evil chaos beings. So that's the only. That's all. It's
That's
not.
good
Norbert's a
justification
respectable
for
young man.
Praderi.
Yeah. And of course, if we are there to have it duplicate treasure, we should probably have more treasure.
That's true. You could come back later. See how that
For
scam
now.
works out for you.
We should also
Well,
keep
I'm a
in
little-
mind, may this maze forever mire the evil powers that wish to escape. So,
Yes.
I don't know.
So there's
destroying,
definitely
but,
somewhere there's like a vast desert inside this small cavern, essentially. And somewhere inside that desert there is some kind of horrible evil that is being bound, or perhaps was being bound and escaped. For all we know, it escaped like centuries ago, and that was the cause of some calamity that we haven't even heard of.
That seems a leap to me. I don't know.
We should probably assume that it's still in there.
I mean, I interpret that more as like this place was made to contain evil entities, and like it'll confound them so they can't leave. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I interpreted it.
And likewise, we should also assume that if we go in there, like the same mechanisms will work on us as well and leave us trapped.
If we're entities of darkness,
I don't know if it only works on entities of darkness, because we experimented with it a little bit, and it managed to break a rope, even though we weren't pulling on it hard enough to break it, and nearly got one of us trapped in like an infinite desert. That was how I interpreted that scene.
to zoom out to the broader kind of thing here, this is a push your luck situation where I think we have three options, right? We can turn around and leave, which I don't want to do, but we could do. Like, we could say, you know what, this one's pretty bad. We could come back to this. We've already done that. We've already done that in several places, by the way. Like, so there's other places that we also have not returned to that also seem super threatening. By the way, the second option is that we could just like confront and end whatever this threat is now at the risk of our own and all our characters. And the third option is we just try to bypass it and leave it. I vote push our luck, actually. Now we could lose our characters though. But that's what we're here to do.
Our characters, which we have established, are carrying important artifacts as well.
It's true.
Where's that?
We could lose Goldspear
I do-
forever in the endless frozen
I do need to know
desert.
who has the thing. Who is carrying Goldspear right now, if it's with you? Because right now I'm
I sure
myself.
don't have it, so
Right
it's
now,
not me.
Goldspear is listed as being on.
Perderi,
Elf
didn't
Helm.
you destroy the demon's like contain temple, like the altar? Didn't you carry gold spear for that or something?
That was
no.
Ulfkill.
Ulfkill had it.
Ulfkill
I
did
still
it.
just had Scalebreaker at that
There
point.
is the Tomb Sword, which was held by Brian, but Brian like had to vanish like weeks ago. So at this point, if someone else wants Tomb Sword, we can move it around.
I don't know. But I mean, like, let's see. I mean, Monacan and Glorpert could both use any of those weapons as well.
I actually
I'd
think.
really make Lorpert stay.
Well, actually, so
Good for me.
Monacan would be really good for two reasons. One is that it would be, he might be better served attacking from the second rank, and secondly, maneuvering to get a +4 to hit with said weapon, which would be really nice because when we need it, we need it. So he might actually be, when he's not in ranged, he might be ideal. And then if that Tomb Sword is a magical weapon, I didn't know about that. I don't remember that, but
This is why I have so many spreadsheets. They remember things that I forget.
I definitely think we should be, if we're going to fight the mirror monsters, then we should be prepared to use magical weapons on the front line.
Yeah, longsword +1 held by Brian. Yeah.
Yeah, we could just charge in there and just hope there's some kind of appropriate reward. Or
Well, AJ's tactic sounds sound if we want to take that risk. I'm for taking the risk and then continuing on and along the wall and trying to kind of like circle the boundary of what I think is some kind of illusion, but we know there were problems with that because of the rope and stuff. So
Yeah,
just so you know,
it's really for real bigger on the inside.
For thieves, they are restricted to daggers and swords for magical weapon use.
You
they
should
can
take
use
the sword
any
then.
regular
Right.
weapon, but they can only use daggers and swords if they're magical.
you should take
Gold
the.
Spear is fighters only.
I'll take gold spear then, and you can take the grave sword. Everybody has a magical weapon that's on the front
What is
line
this
then, right?
grave sword again?
It's a longsword +1.
Okay.
This Perdura,
I
you
just-
said you have one, right?
I have the dagger, yeah. I have a
Okay,
skill.
then
I
in
give
that
everything
case-
a proper noun if I can. It just makes it easier to think about what's what.
In that case, who would like to take Monacan's non-magical bastard sword? Does anyone need it, or would that be useful to anyone else?
I already have one.
Okie doke.
I don't think Soliton can use weapons effectively.
Grave sword.
You
Why
can
is
use
it
them
called
very
that?
Tomb sword.
it was found deep in one of the tombs in. If I remember correctly, it was found in one of the tombs in the fucking. What's it called? The Mouth of Doom.
What's Perdura's bonus to hit?
He has a plus. Let me switch over.
+2 from
3.
class. What's? Oh yeah, and then +1 from strength, I guess.
Oh, I would.
+3, +4 with ranged weapons.
Wow, I give you gold spear if you would give me that dagger just temporarily. you should wield this thing, I think.
Okay.
Scalebreaker has quite a
Sure.
legacy. It's seen a lot of use.
It's a magical glowy spear. You sure?
Yeah. No, Perdura is. Yeah, no, we need him to do it.
All right, Chef. AJ, do you have edit rights to this? I don't think you do. I know you can.
I can
read
see
it.
the sheet, but no.
Okay, so
I don't know.
Perderi is currently holding the magical spear, and Glorpert is currently holding the dagger +1, and the longsword +1 is currently held by Monacan, and bada. There we are.
Where is is it pinned or in a thread?
It's somewhere. I just keep reposting it. Hang on a second. I'll post it again.
I will pin it when you do it this time. Here we go. It's going to
Thank
get pinned.
Spear, it's 1d20 plus. And this is a +2 spear, correct?
It is a +2 spear with the upside and downside that it sheds light. It's like a 10-foot or 15-foot radius effective illumination.
All
I
right.
feel like there's something that we could do with that for a mirror puzzle, but it's beyond me. We don't have enough information.
Alrighty. So it sounds like you guys are going to go back to
Yeah, it sounds like we are gonna just brave this thing.
back to the hyperbolic crimes chamber.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a 1d6.
So do you think our goal is to shatter the mirror or to defeat what's inside and retrieve it for our own use?
I think we should try to defeat the things that come out from it. If we shatter the mirror outright, we might be releasing these things into the world.
or creating fractal duplicates.
There's really no way to know.
Well, there is one thing you can know, which is if whatever the answer is, it probably involves not giving me a gigantic pile of hassle. So,
All right.
We're just gonna go buy some blackout curtains and
yes, I gotta shrink all these little minis again. They're all too big.
If half our goal wasn't to try creating more weapons, I would suggest that we not start with them and try to lure them out and then grab the weapons. But
I'm not
sounds like you
convinced.
want to try to duplicate these things.
I'm not convinced that's a. Go ahead. Sorry, AJ.
no, I'm right there with you. Like that's a like if it happens, cool, but we won't hinge our bets on it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, there
It's
we
actually
go. Now we're
not
all
that
on the right
cool if it
sides.
happens because it means we have to go up against them.
Yeah.
Which is not
Well,
great.
in that case, if you do think that we should, I wish we had some way of knowing if it creates a new duplicate every time we walk in.
Well, the easiest way would be to try to capture one that came out and then go back in with the same person.
All right.
Should we try?
Let's just send one
talking?
guy in. Want to just send one guy in and then just have him retreat, and then we just beat up whoever comes after him?
We'll see. We'll see if it's that easy. But it'll be a start.
Pasling thinks that sounds like a lark.
All right.
Like a lark?
Yeah, like she's down for it. She wants to see what happens. And all the rest of
Alright.
you guys seem nervous about something horrendous happening. Like, oh no, we're going to be
Perdaria will
killed by
go with
reflections. Get over
Pasling.
it.
Perdaria will go with Pasling and see what happens.
All right. So I'm going to move you guys. So I assume you guys navigate the hyperbolic crime chamber in the usual fashion.
Yes.
Okay, so you hug the
Perception.
wall, staying to the perimeter of the space, which is much larger than its perimeter can contain. I'm just gonna pile everyone up into one little pile, and then just
All I see is darkness, by the way.
that's extremely convenient to me. Okay.
Oh wait, my hood is down.
Laying everyone out.
Does Saladin normally travel in like human guys, or is appearing as Quaddle right now?
I think I can. You guys are cool. I'll show you my true form.
Okay, now I think you guys should be able to see. Controlled by the party. Edit this token. Team Notes has vision. Okay, you should be able to see, I think.
So yeah, if we do send someone in, try and hope to ambush them on the way out, it probably shouldn't be me because I can fly. So presumably my shadow self would be able to bypass any sort of trap that we create. So I guess we should try it with someone else. Though if we all draw straws, if we all draw lots, and if it's me, then I guess I should be part of it anyway.
Is that how you want to do this?
I think drawing lots is probably reasonable. Whoever's doing it is undergoing a significant amount of danger.
Glorpert's always willing to do it.
I disagree, because if you send in like a level 4 fighter and a level 1 character, the level 4, presumably level 4 shadow, will absolutely obliterate that level 1 character. That's why I think having the 2 level 4 fighters go in is probably better, because they'll hopefully at least be able to survive the initial blows.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a reason we're sending in 2?
Perderi and a Pasling, his follower.
Okay.
Alrighty. Everyone else is sort of represented by the party, so there's Perderi.
Oh, I need.
I don't have any vision, by the way.
Sorry, say again?
I do not have any vision.
At all?
I sorry, I see a very small circle around the party, and that's it.
Well, that's normal. Hey, I'm at.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's got a. It's just not leave it up inefficient. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
Now we are working with some. Now we're working with some science. Oh, I didn't even realize those walls were not there. Hang on a second. There. Okay. Now the rest of you should be able to see. And you can wiggle them around as well, it seems.
Yep.
Okay. So Predarian Passing advance. Give that back. Okay, I assume Predari also has a source of light, so I'm going to go
That's
ahead
fair.
and... Yeah.
Have you decided whether you're bringing in your magic item to the initial confrontation?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay.
the best tool he has to go against whatever may arise.
Okay.
So yeah, the plan is to draw them back to the rest of us, and then we all hit them with sticks.
That's a very sensible plan. As, as plans go. That's a more fitting background. Let me find a proper shiny... mirror. Call that the proper face. Predari approaches the mirror, holding up aloft his light. And from deep within it, you can see in the distance a bar of light the same shape as his spear, approaching slowly. As he leans in and gazes, something gazes back, meeting his eyes. Within the crystal, he sees, and Pasling see, strange echoes of themselves that look very much like them, but cast in shades of black and white, moving with an uncanny purpose, eyeing Predari. Predari's reflection eyeing Predari, and Pasling's reflection eyeing Pasling, with obvious hunger.
Cautiously, Pruderi will whisper to Pasling, we should avert our eyes, don't look them directly in the face. And then he'll speak up and say, what is your purpose?
You avert your gaze. You hold them in your peripheral vision, keeping track of them there. And you just get the sense that they're doing something similar as they approach. As you speak, there's a moment of pregnant silence as you await the response. But the response, when it comes, is incomprehensible to you. A start-stop nonsense sound of backwards voices. The tip of their spear breaches the surface of the mirror, passing through and out as though it were something solid matter and not an image. And where once it shed light, now it sheds darkness, soaking up the light shed by your spear, as though hungry to drink it up into itself. Roll initiative.
Do you want to roll a test?
Sure. I wonder if that was nonsense talk. This is a D6, right?
Predari, remind me, how many hit points do you have?
25.
Alright.
Okay.
Rolled
And how
a
many?
7.
Pasling has 21.
21, yeah.
Okay. One sec. Details.
Yeah, you can see my 7 right there in the channel. Which is great, because I've rolled only 3s up until then.
Oof. If initiative was a 1d6, I got a 4.
Alright, one sec.
I wonder if their speech was backwards or merely nonsense in imitation.
Yeah. I've seen this episode of The Flash.
Well, it's new to me.
If there are more of these things that appear, if our tactic succeeds/fails, we should maybe reconsider and destroy that glass. If that happens. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah. The rest of us need to stay out of the line of sight of the mirror
Oh yeah,
until we're
totally.
confident that our initial strategy has failed.
Okay.
Is it fair to say for this, because Pasling had given her polearm to Nisel, is it fair to say that she has her polearm back from Nisel for this venture?
Of course.
Okay.
And now I will roll initiative. I roll a 2. Praderi, you have the initiative.
And we're obviously not casting any spells.
Correct. Are you going to
For
range combat or movement?
movement, we're going to back up, keeping in sight of them, but backing up to the point where we can see the others, if possible.
Okay. They give chase with a will. Shrinky think these guys. There we are. That's an interesting pug. Okay. So the others are behind you, a position where they are not in immediate reflection.
We're getting a little bit of noise from Chris.
Yeah.
A little bit of background. Thank you.
Some true crime. All right. So you move, they move. You're going to keep retreating, or you're going to let them close to melee?
With the others as close as they are, I think that this is as good a spot to hold position as any.
Okay.
See what exactly we're up against.
Okay. The others will get to assist next round. First, melee. Praderi, Pasling, let's see. Are you going to attack them? Because they seem intent on attacking you. At this point, I can tell you with confidence, it's justified self-defense.
Yes, we will attack.
Can I put on spooky
lawful
music?
Approved. Yeah, please do.
There it goes.
Sorry, I keep forgetting about the music.
I can DJ if you want, because that's a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt to do that, right?
I will gladly give you DJ duties and give you that. That can be your 100 XP of the day.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
Oh, man!
Well, shit, if it's 100 XP.
Oh, man.
If you want 100 XP, you have to draw something.
Okay.
You should draw something for 100 XP. I know.
Okay.
Well, anyway, fight to the death. Fight to the death. Okay. So,
assuming more than one hit point or hit die.
correct.
All right. That's Pasling.
I just said that. Yeah.
And then for Praderi, it's gonna be.
Okay. What's Praderi's AC again?
His AC is 19. No, plate armor is 6 or 7.
6.
6. Okay, so that was.
So if he's
it's
if
18,
he's playing,
he can parry up to 19.
Okay. In that case, Praderi, her attack on Praderi is not effective, and Praderi's attack on Lap is also not effective, as their defenses are too sturdy. They will attempt to counterattack.
Also said two of the most armored people forward.
There is that. Okay, not Pasling is going to land a hit on Praderi.
Okay.
And so you are going to experience two things. First, you take 5 points of damage as her color inverted polearm strikes true against you. Second, you experience a metaphysical cold that seeps deep into your bones, withering you in a way which gives you a moment of vertigo. Your strength ability is reduced by 1.
Oh no.
Yes. If that changes your numbers around, that takes effect immediately. As for whether this is even theoretically possible to heal,
Ugh.
okay.
Strength from 14 to 13. I'm good. I'm still the same modifier.
Ah, blessed. All right. Now the rest of the party can come into play.
I can't actually. Okay. All right. I'm trying to figure out how to attack without coming within line of sight of that mirror.
Well, I've got good news. You can see the mirror, but you will not be able to see yourself in the mirror because
Okay. Because of
based
the
on
angle.
the angle, yeah, based on the angle, the danger zone is roughly just like yeah, roughly that.
Okay.
Yeah, there we are. So you're good.
Are we going to try putting down all of the tokens, or are we just going to go for it?
We're just gonna go for it with the party
Alright.
because that many tokens in this narrow space is going to be a huge hassle. And speaking
Oh, yeah.
of, you are in a very narrow space. You are not going to be able to bring many combatants to bear. So think
I fly up.
there is that trick. So you could your noodle attaches to the ceiling and takes up no space. Now first let's roll initiative. They roll a 5.
Ooh.
Noodle, roll initiative. Roll high. They go first. Sucks to be you,
Oof.
Noodle.
Huh.
Alrighty. First, spells. In this instance, that is Yonan, Moore, and Aelin.
Moore will cast light.
Alright. Aelin is cast.
Aelin will cast web.
Okay.
I believe he has access to web.
Okay. I believe that is true.
Yes.
Yes, it's
Or-
one of their spells.
Actually, maybe not. Actually, no. I changed my mind. Magic missile.
Okay. At some point, I
Soliton would
will...
also like to cast Magic Missile.
Alright. Alright. So in the second rank behind Praderi and Pasling, I believe we're going to have let's see. Glorpert can use a pole arm. And I believe
I have a dagger now, don't I? The magic
that's
dagger.
true.
Yeah.
Do you want to try and get in anyway?
I was gonna move. I was gonna move to here. I don't know if I can
That
fit,
should
but
That should be doable. Hang on a second.
with that, with between the only people that should not be able to attack in melee from 3 grids is anyone with a great sword or great axe, because that takes a full 10 grid square. But otherwise, short swords can go 2 to 1, and spears can go 3 to 1, and everybody with a polearm can attack in the second rank.
True, but this gap is only about 4 feet wide.
Oh. Yeah.
That is the big problem. However, and also if Monacan scoots around here, there's a chance he will see himself in the mirror.
Wow. We can
Okay,
also.
let's get methodical about this. Monacan, what is Monacan doing? Where is he going? We'll come back to him in a minute. Praderi, where is... We know what
I'm
Moore
sorry, I
is
was
doing.
muted. I'm trying to find where he's at.
He is currently in the general sort of... I've got him in
The
the general
blob of the
mishmash
party.
of the party. Rather than trying to move all of the tokens at once and have a specific location for everything. Everyone else is just sort of in the party, unless they are down in this pile specifically. So you should assume he is about here.
Okay.
We're having great difficulty navigating this narrow.
In that case, I'm going to... try to scoot around anyway, even though I risk seeing myself.
All right, roll a saving throw.
I think that's, where's my character sheet?
Important question.
Saving throw is 10 currently, so...
I've got good news. At least for now, the Mount Mirror doesn't stir. Okay. And I don't think anyone else can come to close to blows just yet. So, first off, Mira Praderi is going to... Okay. Couldn't move. There are no ranged attacks. They have the initiative on melee attacking. Mirror Prederi is going to take a shot at Monacan. Okay, which is
Take a shot.
okay, so Mirror Prederi is before Monacan. This is what Monacan sees. He
Okay.
sees a black and white rendition of Monacan that is cast in a kind of inverted lighting scheme, such that where light falls on him, he is more visibly darkened, and as he fades into shadow, he fades off into light, such that his edges are always very keenly visible. And then, Prederi, this deeply skilled hand-to-hand combatant, or rather, the reflection of this deeply skilled hand-to-hand combatant, turns his shield and his sword towards Monacan with murderous intent.
All right, my AC's 13.
Well, he's probably going to hit.
Yep.
Okay, you take 4 points of damage, and, more tellingly, Monacan suffers 1 point of strength drain.
Oof.
That brings me down to 7.
This may not be a good place for you.
I'm gonna paste this table in the chat for quick reference.
Oh, I love it when things are quick references. Yeah, that's handy. Thank you. And Mira Pasling is going to similarly take a shot at the flanks, aiming at Glorpert. But she completely botches it, leaving her vulnerable to a counterblow with Glorpert's Scalebreaker. Now, melee attacks from your side. Currently that is Glorpert, Prederi, Pasling, and Monacan.
Miss.
Alas. Prederi, roll.
That's a 20 that hits.
That does hit. That is fully effective against Mira Pasling.
And then
She cries out a strange gabble language. Mira
Pasling rolls a
Mira
16.
Prederi deflects her blow, which is... Holy crap, how are they doing 1d8 plus 12?
How is she doing 1d8 plus 12? Hold up.
I think that's a typo.
That is absolutely a typo. It should be plus 1.
Oh,
plus 12.
I've done that typo.
I
Alright,
think-
Monacan, roll.
I think these are the evil powers that were trapped here, and I think we want to slay them. I want to slay them.
Yeah. It'll be a rough road back after this, though.
Yeah.
Oofa!
We
Especially
know
this-
powerful people. They'll be able to help us,
do.
hopefully.
We do.
All right.
Okay.
Prederi has
I have
spent
to hit the
his
gym after this.
entire life out here relying on said powerful people.
Alright. Monacan, roll to hit. I assume you are going to do something with that sword.
Yes, indeed. Tomb Sword. Here we go.
Here's a question.
15 for 6. I don't know if that's
What's
a
your question?
hit.
Inquire.
Pasling is flanking the thing with Prederi, is she not?
No,
not
she's
not from opposite sides, but she's like they're both engaged the same target.
Oh, is she aiming at Pasling? I assume she was tangling with Prederi. Or sorry, I assume
no.
she was
No,
tangling
I
with
mean,
Prederi.
They're both entangled with Prederi. You've been narrating them attacking Prederi.
Oh, have I been? Oh, I guess it's too late for me to take that back now.
Would she receive a to hit? It would only be a +2, so the Shadow Prederi would still be able to parry. I'm just trying to figure out the math. Sorry.
My assumption is that they are like, it's basically a line of 4 versus a line of 2. So the ones on the side might be getting flanking bonuses, but
Okay.
the ones
They're
in the
busy
center are
holding
not.
the center. Okay.
Yes. All
Did
right.
that hit, by the way?
It did not. Mirror
Yeah.
Prederi has a same AC as regular Prederi, which is 17. Plus he can parry.
18 plus can parry.
Well, now
Yeah.
Monacan was actually trying to move around from behind. That's why he moved there, right?
That's
Yes.
true.
So that's a
yeah,
+4
actually, yeah,
with a
Monacan
thief.
Monacan should be able to hit. So that would
Well,
be a
it's sort of
19.
up to you to decide if I was able to do it mostly without his notice, kind of.
He did attack you, so
well,
he did seem to
look,
notice.
You're not going to be able to get. You can't backstab.
You don't have
That's
to.
just-
Now, I
yeah.
will say, so the rule is you don't have to be without notice. It just says +4
the
if thief attacks from behind while ally attacks from the front. So if a monster is in melee and a thief moves behind it, they get +4 to hit.
Oh yeah,
Very
you definitely-
generous.
the +4 to hit is automatic. The gigantic bonus damage that requires you to.
That's true. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the backstab. Yeah.
So yeah, you do get +4 to hit. That may be enough for you to pump it over.
That
from-
19 would be
yeah.
that'd be a hit.
All right, so 6 damage to Prideri. You catch him from an unexpected angle and wound him deeply. And white blood flows from the wound. Okay, and now that is the melee course of action. Now the magicians deploy. First,
You say white blood?
yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's unsettling.
All right. First, Moore is casting light. I assume that they are attempting to blind someone.
Yes, gonna cast it on the Prideri.
All right.
The anti-predatory.
Yeah.
All right. I think that is enough based on your saving throws. I'm not really certain.
Prideri's save is a 12 with a +1 against spells.
All right. Mirror Prideri jukes their head at just the right moment so that the spell lands on their helmet instead of their eyes, and they begin shedding a bright light.
I'm sorry, against
You're-
all blood spells. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, still, if it's a 12, they're good. Okay. Prideri effectively dodges. Anti-Prideri effectively dodges the light spell, but you know their helmet is lit up, so there's that. Aelin is casting Web. Oh no, she was casting Magic Missile
The Magic
for
Missile.
exactly the reasons I imagined. I was just thinking.
Yeah, magic missile. Yeah.
Okay. Who is taking her missile?
The one that Monacan just wounded, I would think.
All right. Is it 1d4? Does she have 1 missile or 2? Or rather, 3?
Well, there's no 2-step in this game. It goes from
I-
1 to 3 at level 5. I don't think she's level 5 yet.
It's
so-
anti-predatory that was attacked already, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Either way, give me that 1d4 plus 1, and if you can, narrate the nature of.
But you also gotta do the
Magic
attack rolls,
Missile.
right?
Not
No.
for this, no.
Not for
this
magic
one,
missile.
no. Well, you do if you want to get D6 damage, but I'm not trying to.
Oh,
Which edition of the game has an attack roll?
This one.
this one.
Oh,
if you
true.
if you wanted the D6 damage.
Oh,
version.
right.
Okay.
Right. Okay, right.
I
But
misread
it's
it and
the-
thought the attack roll's automatic. Got it.
Whatever. Roll.
The damage was 2, and I didn't know it was a female, actually. I guess it is.
I'm not actually sure if it is or not.
Aelin, not
Hasling is
initially, but-
a female.
Okay.
Pasling has been described as a lady, so presumably anti would also, because
Um,
only certain aspects are anti.
Yeah, but
like
it's
a-
Aelin.
She-
That-
You hear her intake a gigantic breath, just a huge deep breath, and then, with only the slightest hawking action at the very end of it, she spits out something,
That's cool as hell.
and it dings the guy.
I love that. All right, and now, Solison, how does your magic missile manifest?
He clings to the ceiling and while upside down, as if it were right side up, he draws back like a striking cobra, wings flare, and he fires light from his eyes.
Wow.
Nice. All right, now remember, you cast as a 5th level?
Yeah, so I get 3 of those, and
Alright.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the 1d4 version.
All right.
So that's 3d4. They're all on the same target, which is the same target that we have been attacking. So that'll be 3d4
Gotcha.
plus 3.
Gotcha.
Wow, that didn't roll well at all.
Sometimes it do be like that.
Well, 7
Well-
7 damage.
It's still damage.
Shadow Prideri tanks most of it on their Shadow Shield.
Hmm.
Deflects one of the other missiles with the tip of Fool's Gold Spear. But several still strike true, and more white blood spatters on the earth. And now, it's time for the next round. First, Monacan, I need another saving throw from you, on the grounds that you are in the line of sight of the mirror.
On. Here we go.
And Noodle, I need another d6 from you for initiative.
Fail
So
the
what's
saving.
Unfortunate.
I got a 4 yet again. That's 3 4s in a row.
All right. Well, I also got a. Well, you beat me, so you go first. Hang on a second.
Hey.
I got it. How many hit points does Monacan have?
Monacan has 21 total. Right now he's at 17.
Alrighty, good to know. One sec. I need to roll something.
I think if I give another magic missile barrage, then that should finish him off statistically.
Okay. Good news. Mirror Monacan does not escape your notice, as I did not pass my move silently, and I did not pass my hide in shadows check. So you are not about to get your throat slit by your own reflection, which is a shame because that would have been really funny.
Yes.
It would have been pretty interesting.
Okay, but you do see him coming out of the hole, bearing, of course, a magical sword. All right. So, is anyone in the back rank going to try and move up? Actually,
No,
give me
I'm
just
trying
a
to
moment.
stay way out of the line of sight.
Okay, I'm going to try and.
I'm going to move around because I want to both get behind, and I don't think... Well, no, I'm in melee, actually. He's fighting me. Never mind, I can't move.
Yeah.
Unless I want
You
to
can move
encourage.
around a little bit. You can scooch to the right a bit.
Try your damnedest to stay out of the line of sight of the mirror.
If you say I can scooch, I scooch so that other people can move in that 4-foot
Okay.
space.
I think
Okay.
Praderi can move down, and then
Well-
another person can shuffle in behind him.
Declaring spells, Moore is going to cast Charm Person. She's going to attempt it.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay. Is Aelin going to cast anything?
If he could be turned, he would be a powerful ally.
I have my boss and I have my shadow boss.
Okay. Is Aelin going to cast anything? You're still muted if you're attempting to answer me.
You're still muted.
Sorry, I'm pushing buttons and pushing the wrong ones.
I know how to do this.
Yes, same again. Magic missile. And Monacan, I think, should move. I mean, so is that the one down near the reflection there that just came out? That's Monacan's?
That's so a Monacan. You can see it in your. That is a you. You can tell from his mean disposition, and his covetous gaze, and his mean-spirited desire to steal your things.
All right. Well, so be it. Glorb, I might need some cover. How many other party members are not currently counters? Don't we have fighters or something?
Yeah, I moved all the other guys over here. But yeah, you can move up.
Niso will move to fill in the space that Glorpert opened.
Okay. And Jalton is in here somewhere. And at this point, I might as well just like ditch that and just have these guys be out here.
All right.
It's
I
small
still
enough for
only
things.
have visibility from the party.
Hang on a
I
second.
don't know if that's
why.
normal.
No, I know why that is. Fix that. Dynamic lighting. Give vision. Save settings. Done. Okay. The issue was that you did not have vision from your own character because I hadn't yet set up your token properly. Anyway, you won initiative. Movement is complete. Spells are declared. Melee attacks time.
To confirm,
I'm also
if,
going to
like,
magic missile, by the way.
Onan were to launch a spear, they have a chance of hitting a friendly because we're melee.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he'll stay his hand for now.
Okay.
I rolled a 14 to hit. This AC 15 looks like.
All right. So you hit this one. So if you
Looks like
roll
Monacan
14,
hit.
AC 15. Mirror Pasling is equipped with plate armor. So while you are able to batter her, you cannot effectively damage her through her armor. Okay. Monacan is going to be able to hit Mirror Praderi, thanks to their bonuses to hit for flanking. So let's see some damage from. So that's 2 damage from Tomb Sword. One sec. Handling. Da-da. Okay, Praderi does not hit with Gold Spear. And Pasling is also not going to be able to hit Mirror Prederi. Niesel is also unable to penetrate Pasling's defenses. These guys are doing a good job holding the line.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Mirror Monacan is going to attempt to jump Real Monacan. And now Monacan is the one being flanked. As Mirror Prederi kicks Real Monacan at a key moment to distract him so that Mirror Monacan can take full advantage of his vicious, dirty fighting. And yet it's not enough because Real Monacan has something that Mirror Monacan does not, which is the devil's own luck. As the terrain under Mirror Monacan proves treacherous for just a second and he loses his footing, enough to let Monacan get his necessary distance. Now, it is my turn. Pasling is going to take a shot. Sorry, Mirror Prederi is going to take a shot at Real Monacan. Which is going to give him. He can't really effectively do any flanking because he's already flanked, but he still has a pretty good chance to hit. But I don't think a 12 is enough to hit him. Am I correct? What is Monacan's? I never keep track of all you people in your character sheets.
You said 13 earlier, right?
Yes.
13. I keep being muted because I want to keep the true crime.
Yeah, there's
show out
TV in
of
the
mix,
background.
But,
All right. Well, I've got good news. Prederi's sword,
13.
Mirror Prederi's sword whiffs Monacan, and Mirror Pasling's polearm is going to take a shot at Glorpert and hit square for 4 damage and 1 point of strength drain as she almost pins him to the wall. Now, spells.
Charm.
Be aware. You heard the damage
All right.
and the strength drain?
So I'm gonna see. Can I cast my
One
magic
sec.
missile first?
Ross, you heard me?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanna
You
verify.
say spells.
Yes, spells time.
Alright.
Zoltan, you go first. Who are you blasting?
The weakened. That's anti-prederi, I believe,
All right.
right?
Give me that 3d4 plus 3.
I have the VTT over here, just so you know. That's what I'm looking at.
I know
so.
how that is. I'm the same way in my
Alright.
work calls.
Still below par, but 9 damage. What's that do?
It kills him.
Hell yeah!
Real Prederi, you get to see Mirror Prederi get blasted.
I evaporate him with my eye lasers. Like just golden rays of sun.
Well, it doesn't quite evaporate him, but it does kill him.
Alright.
And they collapse to the ground, spilling white blood. And here's the important bit. Mirror Gold Spear is still there.
Oh ho.
It does not evaporate. The corpse does not blip out of existence. And all the good stuff he was carrying seems to still be there. So let yourself bask in that covetous hunger to fill a bag with treasure just for a moment.
Prederi's first thought is, oh, so we have more rations now.
Don't put that in your mouth, man.
It's a trap!
It makes
know,
you
it might be good.
hungrier the more you eat.
Oh boy.
All right. Aelin magic missile. Actually, no. More first. Let's see if that charm. Actually,
Charm.
No. Yeah,
It would
charm
be
person.
on. Yeah, already was
Yeah, okay.
playing
I'll
on
roll a
targeting
1d.
Hasling.
I will roll a saving throw, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, 7. She fails. Now, Aelin, roll damage to see if you kill her with your magic missile.
3 damage.
All right. That doesn't kill her.
I have a clever idea for my next turn, but I don't know if it's good, so I want to run it by you guys when I have a second. My character has the ability to cast Phantasmal Force, which would create an illusion which appears real, and my thought was, what if I make another mirror in front of the mirror so it's just staring into another mirror?
I
can't see the rest
I
of
think
it.
that's cool. I
Great
mean,
idea.
So here's the thing that. So I don't know that illusions can create things like mirrors. At least I know in
sure they
in
can.
5th edition. In 5th edition they cannot.
Oh, this is way more general.
Yeah. Okay. So,
way less
okay.
specific than that.
I also like
So-
the idea of like creating a whole bunch of really weak monsters that are really pathetic in front of it. And
yeah.
then we
the
just
other
slay
thing is
everything that
that-
comes out of it.
Well, the thing is, it's a single illusion, right? So even if it's an illusion of multiple monsters, the rule does say if it's touched, it dissipates immediately. So that would be the one thing to keep in mind. It can be,
True.
it's believable until someone touches it. So,
And yeah, but if you make something powerful and the thing steps out, then there would be two powerful things in the mirror, and then that could spell disaster.
Let's just make an illusion of a goblin carrying a giant bag of gold. I don't know.
I mean, an elderly goblin.
Well, that's
True, we don't want another one of those
Rich-
small ones.
Richard will come down upon us with the most like 15 hit dice elderly goblin.
With a
It's
sled full of
Yoda.
bars of platinum.
It's
Difficult Pete.
All right. Noodle, roll me initiative.
I'm sorry.
All right. It's a 4 again.
I go first.
Oh,
Again.
Damn it.
I am
Triple the
undefeated.
5.
All right. So first, spells. If you want to cast a spell, say so now. And F1, that includes Yumanaka.
Can Moore have multiple people charmed at one time?
Yes. However, Moore is facing a conundrum, which is that yes, Mirror Pasling is charmed. However, Mirror Pasling is also kind of engaged in a vicious fight to the death with people who aren't Moore. So, de-escalating that combat in a way which will allow Moore to apply his charm, his new friendship, may be difficult.
Moore will yell, "Ner! Ner!" Run backwards.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
Work
she's going
that-
to
that's
cast
pretty
Charm
good.
Person
Clever.
on. It would be poetic to have a charmed Shadow Monacan, I think. So she's going to cast Charm Person again.
Okay. So. Okay. Is Aelin casting anything? I think she's out of magic missiles.
Yeah, she is out of magic missile, I suppose. So the answer would be no.
You
Okay.
can put a web in front of the mirror.
These are. I mean, look, these are shadows. So I'm not convinced web's gonna work with them.
There.
She also doesn't have a good range to them. Like, she doesn't have a good line of sight to the mirror from where she is.
Yeah, and it's 30 feet range.
Yes. Okay. And I assume Yohanan is not going to cast anything either just yet.
Nope, he has Detect Evil, and he's pretty sure there's evil here.
Okay. In that case, we're going to go first. Mirror Monacan is going to take a shot at Real Monacan. He is no longer getting a big bonus to hit, but he can still roll high. So Mirror Monacan, you are using that magical weapon, right? A longsword.
Yes.
And a longsword in one hand does 1d6 damage, right?
No, it's D8.
Okay. Got great news. He rolled a 1. You take 2 points of damage as he nicks you.
Now what about strength damage?
Oh, you take 1 point of strength damage. Thank you for reminding me.
Wait, what's Monacan's strength? Jeez.
It's now
Every
down
time
to
one of these-
6.
Anytime
means-
one of these guys touches you or cuts you, they are draining your life essence.
Oh,
and your power.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I-
he's now at a -1 to hit. So
All right. You may want to consider withdrawing while the withdrawing is good. Mirror Pasling is going to take the advice and attempt a fighting retreat, trusting in her weapons to protect her, and she is going to beat feet to the north.
and we get opportunity or attacks against her as she flees?
Yes, Glorpert, Niesel, Praderi, and Pasling all get attacks of opportunity. Thank you, Test.
If it's a retreat, that's at +2 if they flee melee.
Trying to remember if there's. I remember there being some sort of like more defensive option for getting out of melee, but I can't remember exactly what it is.
that's like a house rule that I use, and I may have talked about, where basically I give my characters a chance to make an attack roll, and instead of doing damage, if they're successful, they can withdraw without incurring an attack. But that's I don't know where I got that from.
Okay.
Well,
think I missed
none of mine
anyway.
are going to be enough. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. She trusted in her armor, and she was not failed. Da-da. She retreats to the north and flees.
Have we moved yet?
No.
Okay.
But so you may now make your. Wait, no, this was the melee action turn, wasn't it? So she should have. No, this was the movement turn. So
Well,
you
it's
guys can
movement
move
and
after her if you want.
Yeah. I took damage, but that's all
Sorry,
right.
I fell into 5e brain for a second, and I forgot that.
can't- I don't think I can really disengage here. I need help, probably.
You can pull back slowly at like a half speed.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I'll start moving back, but I'm forced to take another swing at this guy, I think.
okay. So you pull back. And he sort of comes with you because he wants that sweet, sweet life essence.
hmm Well, I'll attack at a -1. I don't know. Is it
Okay.
time to do that yet?
Before we do that, the rest of the gang, do you guys want to move in and engage Murmanakin? Because at the moment, the only one who can do that safely is Pasling. Anyone else who attempts to join in that fracas will be within range of the mirror.
I have an idea for casting to do about it, but no.
Nisel will move in. And then,
Oh.
or am I in the way?
Well, when you do that, you're gonna create a new niece. You're gonna create a new enemy.
You're right. You're right. Well, Nisel has a spear. Can Nisel hit from here?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, you think
Nisel
so.
doesn't need to move. Perderi, however, is now out of range if Shadow Pasling has run, so he will try to pursue Shadow Pasling.
Okay.
I don't know how far you want to allow him to move.
You run pell-mell through the darkness, trusting your shield, listening to the echoes of feet ahead of you.
Okay.
Far ahead of you, you hear a steady hammering noise, which the Pasling seems to be retreating towards pell-mell. Hang on a second. What's your lighting radius? Checking that real quick. 20 feet? Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Now, Pasling, Nisel, and Manakin. Roll to kill Mirror Manakin.
That will not do it.
That will hit, though.
It'll
His
hit?
max damage.
Oh, wait. Are you sure?
You rolled a 15. Your armor class is only 13 at best, right?
Oh, to hit Manakin. Sorry, I thought I forgot I was off Perderi. Yeah, that'll hit. So 6 damage then.
Okay, and
Another-
Pasling also hits like a truck.
Yep. And so does Nisel. Wow. They all rolled 6 damage.
Good gravy.
Oh yeah.
All right. Mirror Manakin has decided. Does not look like he is inclined to continue to press this fight. It looks like he is planning on booking it immediately. I don't have to roll a morale check to know that one. That guy's got places to be. However, first, spells.
All right. I would like to go first.
All right.
All right. Soliton will cast Phantasmal Force,
Okay.
and he creates a visage of a wiry goblin with a long white beard, creaking under the weight of his golden Maschiapacha, a golden crown with a silver feathers forged in a Mesoamerican style unfamiliar to you, who clambers up behind the visage of Shadow Manakin and backstabs him with a jewel-encrusted sword.
Okay. Just a second. I gotta group these. Okay. So, this horrible goblin appears, terrorizes Manakin.
He's a majestic goblin.
This majestic goblin appears, congealing from the darkness, as goblins sometimes do, and tries to stab Manakin. And it rolls to hit.
It either rolls to hit or it's a save. I'm not sure.
Okay, well,
It says
I will
it says there's a save,
I will roll a save for Mirror Manakin.
and I will roll damage in case it hits.
I don't think that does it.
Okay.
I believe Mirror Manakin is fooled.
Okay. He gets stabbed for 8 damage.
Mirror Manakin is momentarily overwhelmed, He collapses to the earth, clawing at the air, consumed with an illusion of his imminent death.
Then does Charm Person go off?
Yeah. Okay, saving throw versus charm. He's charmed.
To 4. Forfeit.
We'll come back to that in a second. Okay. Let's see. Does the gigantic pile... Okay.
Roll.
Fressum. And yes, of course, there is a second goblin, which arises from the mirror, bearing all these fantastical treasures, blinking around in confusion.
It's also an illusion.
It was worth a shot. We'll see.
We'll find. It was worth a shot. All right. Initiative again, if you would.
A 2.
All right.
Ooh.
House wins. Pradera, you go first. You can run down. Mirror Pasley and force her back into combat.
She's charmed. Yeah, he'll do it.
All right. She spinning her halberd around, moving with the same, practice confidence that you've grown to associate with her. It's a weird moment. Normally you get along much better than this. Do you want to try and subdue her?
No. He doesn't
All
want
right.
to touch her with anything other than his sword or spear,
Hey.
his gold spear.
All right. Roll to hit.
A 21, I believe, will hit for 5 magical glowy piercy damage.
It will. All right. Now about this time, the rest of the party is going to start catching up with you. Manak, I assume you're hanging back. Who else?
Well,
Who is pursuing? No, actually, no. Who is pursuing Praderi and Mirror Pasley?
Stay out of the line of sight of that mirror.
Hold on. Sorry. Goodness gracious.
I think as many of us as should, right?
Yeah. I want to. I want to definitely. That seems like a high priority. Unless, my question is if we, hold on. Sorry, I ended up pressing something on my mic here. Okay, here we go. So, here, if we, I guess we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know if we could see our image here. That's the problem.
Those of you who have already been duplicated can probably run in safely.
Maybe we
Except
should
for,
do that.
Safety to yourself, of course.
I actually want to propose, I'm going to just throw this out on the table, that I want to fire arrows at that mirror and put an end to this.
All right. Be aware. Your character would know from looking at it that probably wouldn't do anything because it's not just like it is effectively a big mirrored slab of crystal, which is to say it's about as resilient as a rock.
All right, the next experiment we'll do at the end of combat, but I know what you all are thinking too. But yeah, maybe the people that have been duplicated. Oh, that'll confirm that for us. We should do that then. Yeah.
Okay.
Can anyone heal Monacan? I actually can't tell what health is that.
Tomorrow, Owen and Can.
Okay, so no.
How badly
15 is
damaged?
medium.
Yeah, he's doing okay. Aside from the the
All right.
crippling fatigue.
And we can also try to shoot them if we can get an angle where we don't. It's like if you spot yourself, like if you see the mirror, it's okay as long as you don't have a right angle where you can see your reflection. So think of it like, I don't know, looking at the reflection of a Medusa a little bit. Like, see just enough to know not to see more. And from there we can try to use ranged weapons if anyone's got bows. I've still got some more. I got one more magic missile in me.
If you just like hold up a bedroll and like shimmy across.
Because
Because then all it's a bedroll, right?
it will take you significant. It takes time to unroll a bedroll in that fashion and use it, like, and also to like.
Yeah, Odin will pursue though.
Okay.
He's small fry.
Okay.
If they get away, is that bad? Are they carrying good stuff? I don't actually know.
They might come back and slit your throat in the night to steal your.
Oh,
precious
okay, that's
life
true.
essence.
That's true.
And it will be an entity of evil that we are responsible for freeing.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's try to kill it.
From what I recall, it's bad to let things like this hang around. They might have stolen your shadow.
Yeah, or his reflection. Well, no, we checked that already. It doesn't show your reflection.
Yeah, but check your shadow.
Okay.
Still there.
Okay. Predaries, the ones we know are still copied.
Mm-hmm. They seem to retain your shadow, as does Monacan.
I do have darkness on my spell list. Let me just see what that does.
Okay. Let's do one more quick round of combat with Prederi, because that might resolve this whole problem.
Yeah.
Okay. One more initiative. Actually, no. Let's just roll to attack. Neither of us can kill the other in one hit, probably.
Okay.
And if you kill her with one.
Can I take a couple bow shots, or is that?
Like if you want to go around the corner and go after them. It's a very tight corridor. They're engaged in a frantic melee. Probably not.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, freaking Owen and coming in with the Warhammer hard.
Is Monacan in range for this too? I can't.
He could be. He could. Sorry.
Yeah,
Monacan is over here. The Fracas is currently going on over here.
All right.
So he could actually run over there and help. But right now, Mira Pasling is kind of holding a portal against these two. Mira Pasling is going to take her shot and whiff. Let's do another round real quick. Because I said you're going to beat her to death. Odds are very good. So another round from Yonan and Goldspear. Yeah, she's down.
Nice hit. Good hit.
Ooh, wow, that's very good.
I realized too late that this could have been quite decisive, but I have a darkness spell.
That's something to remember for future experimentation.
Yes.
The goblin illusion is just sort of continuing to attack the space where Mira Monacan was. DJ, could you turn to the chill exploration music?
Is everything okay now?
For now.
Yes.
Okay. Here is the situation. Pruderi and Yoanan stand over the bloodied white corpse of Mira Pasling, who in her hand holds, strange, shadowy substitutes of the equipment that the actual Pasling brought down here. Pasling being Pasling, she didn't have a magical weapon. In the other room, the corpse of Mira Pruderi lies fallen within clear view of the mirror, with a shadowy gold spear casting a faint rime of shadow all about it. And Mira Monacan has tapped out and has thrown down his magical longsword. I'm not going to say Tomb Sword backward, but it appears to be a copy of Tomb Sword, and has forfeited. How is Moore going to attempt to handle Mira Monacan?
She's going to, however long it takes her to figure out how to say things backwards, because that seems to work. She is going to
try writing it.
Yeah, instruct him. Like, we have freed you, saying like short, like single or like double syllabic words to ease her struggles. We have freed you. You are with us now. What is your purpose?
I'm trying to roleplay Monacan as best I can, and my assumption here is that his reaction to this would be intense exasperation. He says something very quickly with an expression of obvious annoyance in which you can't quite make heads or tails of. He's clearly speaking
She'll
backwards.
instruct him to like slow down, speak in short sentences.
He's
He makes
speaking
this-
backwards.
Yes, as far as you can tell. And he makes this face when you try and tell him to slow down. Okay. And he says, roughly speaking backwards, I came here or Azure. I'll ew.
For treasure like we were.
Treasure. Okay.
He points to real Monacan. Thinks real hard about how to say this backwards. Eon fleck reflection.
Oh, they think that we're the reflections, and they're the real ones.
Yon.
Hey, when are you gonna let me kill him? Let's get this over with.
We could use him.
Yeah, I could use him to sharpen my blade.
He would only dull it.
He's right.
I don't want him around me. You want him to stay alive? Keep him at the other end of the formation.
Could we just let him go back into the mirror?
I like the idea of keeping him too. I mean,
yeah.
it's if it fits in your charisma score, I mean, it's your prize. I say you keep him, use him, use the weapons, and actually, Glorpert is like kind of leaning over that frost-covered spear and is like, we should use these weapons against darkness. They've used them against us. He grabs the spear.
Well, here's what happens when he grabs the
Solitude's-
spear.
Go ahead.
Nothing bad happens. And it seems strangely light, swift in the hand. The hardest part of it is that holding it, everything is cast in shadow around you. There's darkness. Just as Gold Spear sheds light, this thing sheds deep shadow. You can't see very well while you're holding it, but it's so light and it feels so sharp.
Nice.
Maybe you could wrap it in something.
That's
Also,
an idea.
also, like every time someone's about to like wander into the line of sight of the mirror, Soliton just kind of like puts a big wing in front of them and kind of like scoots them back because I see people wandering forwards.
I wonder what happens if Blumbad casts his light spell on it.
That'd be wild. That'd be wild.
That's a science you'll have to test another day.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, photon meeting antimatter. That's
There's a thing like that in Guild Wars 2 that I saw a video of one time, but never mind.
Yeah, we have. This has been profitable, but this is also incredibly dangerous. Glorpert, you were mentioning trying to destroy this.
Oh, the mirror thing.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, did the people the people that were duplicated, they left passed in front of the mirror and nothing happened, right?
As far as you can tell. Though Yoanin is like scooting past in a real hurry because he hasn't been duplicated yet, and he's in no hurry to find out what happens if it happens to him.
I think we should confirm this experiment. Like Perderi should, or somebody should walk out and make sure.
Well,
who's the easiest? Who of you is easiest to kill?
You have the
That
shadow
would be
spear,
me.
right? Right now, Glorpert.
Yeah.
Why don't you step out?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get a duplicate if I step out, I think, but
I
Would
think
it reverse
we could
duplicate the
take
original?
another one of you, and
Yeah.
it would be interesting to see what happens to the shadow sphere.
that's really
Yeah,
weird.
would we get a- would
This
we
is
get
blowing my
a-
mind because some evil version of myself
But
in the Greyverse, picked up a holy weapon, and yeah, okay,
for Richard's sanity, so that we don't just turn this into a continuous loot farm of
Copy
passing
of a
around
copy.
a bag of gold coins.
this is going to turn into a Twilight episode, and he's
Yeah,
going to
let's-
find a way to use this against us.
Let's let this.
I also assumed that the copy of the goblin saw which way the wind was blowing and ran away.
I'll even go further. Maybe we shouldn't create objects of divine power, and maybe I should just put this down and step out with a dagger.
I will tell you exactly what's happening with the goblin. It's just the mirror goblin is just standing there doing nothing, sort of staring in the middle distance, like an untended illusion might.
Okay.
Got it. Wow, interesting.
Okay. So yeah, I like your idea of taking just the dagger.
Okay, I take like a dagger and nothing else that could be useful, and I step out and look at myself.
Okay. Glorpert sees Shadow Glorpert, looking him in the mirror. Shadow
Get ready for
Glorpert
another fight.
gives him a look. Looks at him with the same stern confidence that Glorpert regards the creatures of evil that he's here to strike down.
Yeah, I do the
What's
same.
doing?
I do the same thing. I'm like walking, back and forth, like, we're both doing that. It's really stupid.
It flinches, actually. No, you learn something here, which is that as you stare it down, you win the stare down. Shadow Glorpert doesn't have the stones for it. He sees that you are here and you're ready for him, and he slinks back into the shadows.
I shake my dagger. Coward!
Clearly, Shadow Glorpert does not have the stones of real Glorpert.
If that's the case, I'm going to light a torch, and I'm going to go up here and look at this thing.
Okay. It is
your duplicate, dude.
It is a vast sheet of perfect crystal. If you had the vocabulary for it, you might describe it as a single monocrystalline slab of silica, but you don't. So what we would call it instead is a mirror.
Okay, so it looks like this is impenetrable.
I mean, do you touch it? Poke it with your finger?
I poke it with my dagger, yeah.
Clink, clink, clink. It's like touching rock.
Okay, so it's pretty much impenetrable.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't even make a clink sound. It would just go like dub.
It's
as impenetrable as any stone you've seen.
I go back and get Grey Spear and see if I can poke it with it.
Perhaps a blunt weapon would be more effective.
Well,
we have hammer and spikes and stuff like that. Like if we wanted to try to.
No, I want to see if Grey Spear just passes through. But yes, I see what you mean too about trying to actually alter the.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to let him muck around with Grey Spear?
Sure, fuck it.
All right. So Glorpert picks up Grey Spear, approaches the mirror, pokes it against the mirrored surface, sinks right in.
All right.
When he pulls it back, is unfortunately took a couple inches off the tip.
Oh no. Oh no, that's terrible. I don't like that.
Damn. Spear's gonna be a lot less useful that way. With that fucking tip.
Is it how the stats change? Because I'm not gonna do that.
It no longer has a
Fucking
damage
broken.
bonus,
Oh,
but
wow.
it still has a 2-hit bonus.
Okay. +2, and it's magical, but it has no damage. Okay. All right. Yeah, so anyways, I apologize, AJ. You were suggesting maybe we could use a hammer and spikes and destroy this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to think that they put that spell out there to keep these things here. That's what I think. And I don't know how to destroy this. And I don't know if it's possible, but it seems like more powerful people than us tried.
Yeah. If that is the case, then we have no realistic hope of doing this, because whoever created that world in that cavern has vastly more time and magic and knowledge than we do.
Yeah, I mean, the only 2 experiments that I think remain are to just search the area to see if there are any loose objects on the other side of the mirror world, in the gray world, and if
You mean literally walk in there?
we'll just look around and see, and then because see if there's anything valuable, determine there's nothing valuable, and then if there is not, I like AJ's idea to see if we can structurally alter this thing. And if we cannot, then we need to just leave and
Throw a
not.
blanket over it.
You raised a really good point of that if this entire place is made to contain this, us damaging this could spell doom.
Yes. If this was created this way on purpose, which we cannot confirm, but if things were, if this was the way that they wanted it left, then any alteration would probably be terrible.
We have encountered powerful people before in the dungeon, and we know that they've passed through and had effects long, long ago. And it's possible that some incredibly powerful element of the Army of the Light encountered some terrible power of darkness and did battle with it here. And this was how they was like, hey, we've got to stop this.
You don't have to do whatever you want to do immediately, of course. You can go back, consult a sage, consult God.
Yeah,
that's true.
It'd probably be good to get
Yeah.
a commune or something.
Glorpert is like arrogant and foolhardy and, you know, standing and trying to figure out how to destroy the armies of darkness behind the glass. And you probably have to tell him, hey, Glorpert, this requires
While
prayer.
you're chilling out there, you might as well dispel the mirrored illusion, see if anything weird happens. Like, there's the illusion that I made, and then there's an illusion of the illusion. And, like, maybe if you poke at something weird will happen.
Or it could cause more damage.
Do you want me to just stab this goblin? Do you think it'll do anything?
Probably do nothing, but, like, I don't know.
Poke it.
I think it might be, I don't know. Maybe something weird will happen.
I take Grey Spear and I threaten it.
It doesn't react.
Alright, I stab it.
It
Okay,
dips out of
that's what I
existence.
Yeah, it's an illusion of an illusion.
I
That's
cancel my
amazing.
illusion too.
It's amazing. Okay, let's see. We got like 12 minutes or so left. Maybe we can hug the wall and see the termination of this thing, or you know, see what else.
And
is
there was nothing interesting to this this little northern path that's above Perderi, right? So I can't really see anything.
Perderi hasn't gone far enough ahead to check.
Yeah, let's strip what we've slain of gear.
Okay.
And we can tote that back. Their bodies, what do you say that we toss them back at the wall? Return
Just
the
like
darkness.
just like hurl them physically into the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Makes sense.
And I would recommend we do not eat their food.
Oh, I think we should give it to Ullman, see if he'll buy it. He'd love that crap.
Oh, shit, you're right.
man. We have to like set a premium though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's not drag the corpses all the way up there. That's too much.
No. Do we take one?
Oh boy.
I don't think we should take one of these things back. We invite. There
I
gets
think,
to.
I think
We're taking
Magnus
one.
will want to have a look at this white blood here.
That's
Haslin
a
takes
good
one.
idea.
Haslin
we're
looks
good.
at Perderi and just says, "Listen, man, if you want to take back your corpse, that's on you. But my carcass, I would like to go back into the void, thank you."
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we're technically taking back Shadow Monacan, presumably.
Haslin yeets herself into the void like, "Hup, hiya!"
Swing it by a leg.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's
Right.
indefinite, so you could also pay Shadow Monacan to just stay at the last one in or something. I don't know.
Shadow Monacan seems amenable to this idea. Keeps him
Alright.
farther away from the rest of you.
Like, yeah.
He's very
Yeah.
carefully not making eye contact or looking at real Monacan ever.
Tell him to start lots of conversations with the people in there. Try to make friends with them.
Are you telling him that? Are you trying to get him to do something that you don't enjoy?
No, I'm hoping he'll piss one of them off.
We also have to figure out how to restore these guys' strength scores.
An important question.
Yeah, my armor's fitting a little looser.
Yeah, where are the guns at?
We gotta hit the Shadow Gym.
The guns? No, a freaking Glorbert's got the real guns, right?
Yeah, how strong is Lorpert again? He's got some beef.
Well, he was a strength 16. He's currently 15.
Still pretty
Oh,
good.
he took a hit? Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got nicked.
We're gonna have to fix that.
3 of us were hit, I believe, right? Or
Mhm.
no, you were hit as well, Monakin. So 4 of us.
He was hit twice. His strength is at 6 currently.
Okay.
Monakin
So-
is at weak baby mode.
Damn.
So,
Average strength of a North
think-
American adult.
Prideri and Florpert. Okay.
Office worker with no gym time physique. Gotta get back to the gym. No, I don't. I just need to get more. I just need to get more casual exercise. Anyway,
Okay.
enough of my anxieties. So
Okay. So,
Right.
yeah.
So are we gonna? We gotta try to get out of here before our food runs out. So we gotta try to get all the way back to the surface. Agree?
We can buy food at the last one in. I think we're making great progress. We're learning things.
Yeah,
We're,
okay.
you know, we have the possibility of bringing some really great stuff back to Kayden's Rest and making money. And
Okay.
I
still want to
that-
keep trying to.
I'm
feel
I'm
along
fine
the
either
wall.
way. But I think something of note is if we return to Kayden's Rest, we will have to adventure from Kayden's Rest.
Yeah, true.
yeah. Conversely, if you return to Kayden's Rest, you get access to Father Bloombad, who can
Yeah,
cast
yeah, totally.
powerful healing magic, which you could kind of use right now, as well as
Yes.
commune with God, which basically
Yes.
means you get to ask me specific questions and I'll actually answer them.
All right.
Well-
So
Okay. I mean, actually, I'm actually down with even having like a overland exploration. We have not done all that, so we could literally start clearing. This is something literally we've only done in one area. I think we've only ever done this in Kayden's Rest. Is we can say, hey, we have enough power, we have enough magic weapons. Let's start clearing areas. By the way, if we get enough money, we can literally build our own places. So there's some stuff we could do, and we could
Right.
even wrap that up. Magnus has goals, which we haven't gotten to the whole campaign almost. They're almost all overland goals. So yeah, we could go to
Solitaire would
Kayden's
like to
Rest.
see
I'm
the
down.
sun.
Yeah.
He's busy for what, 1 more week, 2 more weeks?
Hang on a sec. So if we're not actually completely wrapped up, could it be possible for Soliton to just slither along the wall a little bit farther of the big central illusory, bigger on the inside chamber and see if there is another side thing that we would
Yeah, sure. You
usefully
want to
scout
scout?
out real fast?
You want to scout the hyperbolic crime chamber real quick?
Yes.
All right. And under what circumstances will you turn around and flee with desperate terror?
If I see anything that looks like dangerous.
Okay, roll a
Sorry,
saving throw.
I don't know how to phrase it better because I have no
No, I
concept
got
of
you.
what. Okay.
Real quick.
Roll
we
that
did
saving
hear-
throw first.
Okay. This will be a reflex, so I get a +1, I think.
A
So
what? Just roll a d20.
Whatever. Run
first.
D20. Yours over D20. I
Okay.
got a 14.
Okay, that's pretty good. So what happens is Zolotin is able to explore the. I accidentally made it big size.
Yay.
Give this guy some lighting, so you can see what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say we did hear like a hammering sound around the bend, so
Zolotin is able to find that there is this area exits to the north, back into the hyperbolic crime chamber. He hugs the wall, takes him over here to another tunnel, which he avoids. Comes up here to another tunnel, and then if he follows the north wall, there are no tunnels that lead to the north. He makes it back to the entrance intact. It
Okay.
takes him surprisingly little time.
All right. And I didn't see anything interesting in any of the tunnels.
did you
Well,
hear
I
a
got-
hammering noise?
You heard a dim hammering noise to the east. You got, sorry, down the tunnel to the east of where Prideri is now, the place I'm making focus ping now, where Prideri and Mirror Pasling had their fight. There was a vague hammering noise to the east of that.
Hmm.
To the elves. Forged in celestial steel from the asteroid that caused the great Thaumacism and quenched in the heart of Ungwan, the deep.
That's what happened to my
Okay, but we
spear.
don't find anything this time. We don't see anything. We don't hear anything interesting.
But also deal
Let me double check.
Also,
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
getting
sure-
some noise coming from AJ's.
Yeah, all you get is a. No, yeah, you don't get anything.
Okay.
You see entrances down
Okay.
some corridors, but nothing cool.
One of a kind sword
and we're getting some.
AJ, we
we're
are getting
some-
a lot of
we're
sword
able to hear
chatter
it.
from you.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why. I muted my mic. I don't know why that was coming over. Sorry.
Right. Okay, so that was worth a shot, but it failed. Let's just get out of here. I vote we try to go all the way back to Kayden's Rest. Soliton
Okay.
would like to see the sun.
Okay. It would be nice to see the sun. All right. So, while you guys head out. What level is Monakin? He's level 6.
6, yeah.
Oh, 6 thief. So, you guys make it to the. Hang on, let me go back to the cave maps that I was drawing. You guys head back this way to the big wet cavern, and from there you head back to the southeast. Sorry, to the southwest to follow the path to the last one in. That takes about 3 days. Shadow Monakin will happily remain at the last one in.
That was just an idea. He's not my hireling.
I'm okay with that.
We could also take the shadow demon back to back to the people place.
Yeah, we could just bring him all the way back and just like see if
Bloombad will destroy this thing.
Monakin absolutely vigorously vetoes that idea.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
This is the only time you've seen Shadow Monakin and real Monakin agree.
Okay.
You could stay, but we're gonna do a bit of an exchange and
Exchange.
Of equipment.
Why?
Of what sort? I assume you guys have already plundered the Shadow Sword from him.
Okay, yeah, that's the main thing, the Shadow Sword. I mean, is there anything else that Monakin has that'd be worth exchanging for?
I mean, does he have the equipment that I had, 100%, or?
What equipment did you have?
Well,
the answer is probably.
What are you interested in?
I had a bastard sword, a longbow, a
Yes,
+1
yes.
dagger.
Yes, as far as
and-
at least he has a copy of that dagger.
And the
You have a
tomb sword.
Well, you can you take the +1 dagger as well.
I mean,
What qualities does that copied tomb sword have? Is it similar to the other thing? Does it have?
You're not sure yet.
No.
let's take it back and study it.
Okay.
Before we reach the surface, we should wrap these things in towels and cloths, just in case. Maybe test some less valuable. We'll throw a ration out in the sun.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
We don't want another shadow spear incident.
AJ, you spoil all my fun.
I like to hear that.
Yes. Yeah, I know. It's every
There's
player's
definitely a
favorite thing.
possibility for raccoon washing a cotton candy situation.
Yeah.
That's such a great
Yes.
metaphor. That's exactly what was going to happen,
Oh.
because as soon as you toss that ration into the sun, it evaporates so fast that you have to double check to figure out if you actually threw it or not. It's gone instantly.
Like tossing a book out of the holodeck.
Yeah, it's going. It
Nice.
cannot bear the touch of sunlight for even 1 instant.
So that means probably all the gold and everything will too. It'll just evaporate.
Seems
Yeah.
likely.
We should keep
I
this
was
stuff and
laughing.
give. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was laughing earlier because it's like, dang it, Perduri only had 15 gold that got copied.
Well,
I spend it.
if you were going to say we should keep the stuff in the darkness, I 100% agree. We should have a whole shadow arsenal down here.
I think that this stuff we should give it to Magnus for care of Yuba's society, or whatever, and
What's that?
Oh, there's a mages guild. Sorry, we didn't tell
Okay.
you.
All right, well, I'm new here. It's fine.
But
There's
what
lots I don't
about
know.
the idea of keeping it, having an extra stash?
Well,
of
where
that
would we keep it
weapon?
that it wouldn't be stolen?
The last one in.
I thought Magnus's tower and the bowels of it. That's its whole purpose.
Wrap this in it, like,
It has
when you wrap something up, it's not necessarily like completely sun-free. Like a little bit's gonna leak through.
The purpose of Magnus's tower, if you read the estate thing, it says that it's to contain magical objects safely. Like that's one of its whole points.
But the concern is, like, can you get it there without the sun evaporating it?
Well,
because
I agree with AJ. Yeah, we have to come up with some kind of thing for that. But this could be something. I mean, this could be a powerful weapon against the enemy. We can use this for.
Yeah.
Well, what if we just? I don't know. I don't know what like tarps we have, so to speak. Like, because if we wrap it in enough fucking oilskins, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I got a bedroll, so that's a big object.
That should work.
Yeah, we'll tear up. I mean, a pack is presumably. I mean, we got sacks and packs and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
We could layer whatever we need. Get the most valuable stuff. We can leave all the coinage with Shadow Monacan, right?
Yeah, sure.
Um,
See if anyone accepts that.
You'll need it anyway because he's got to stay there.
Is it spendable at the?
Yeah, I don't know
if
if
that's shadow coinage from another world.
If there was a place that's
I still feel like we should just. I still feel like we should have just let that guy go home. Like I don't know, but
I mean,
I'll go with what you guys think.
you're adorable. I love you so much.
I'm just trying to be a good guy.
It's Perderi's hireling. I mean, he should decide. It's his charm
I mean,
person.
it's Monacan's mirror and it's Perderi's hireling, so I feel like it's their choice.
All right.
Also, I think we do need to be like wrapping up.
Stop.
Well, yeah, we got to figure out if we're gonna.
Also, I'd love to try to also sell that. What were we gonna? Oh, we were gonna wrap up like. What was it we were gonna sell? To.
He had a shard of the. He had a shard of the actual crystal.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That one we don't need to. Yeah, Soliton grabbed that like last session.
It would be really cool to sell that and some of the rations to Ullman to see if we can make some money. That guy's got a lot of money.
Some of that money could be ours. Okay, so yeah, if we like, I think if we like wrap up like the shadow artifacts that we want to keep, and like I don't know, shove some sand in there to help keep it packed, and then just like drag it back to the tower, then that could work. So I'm just imagining like a tiny bit of light leaking in and like pitting it or something.
I like whoever, Father Chris, whoever it was that said we could have an entire shadow arsenal, and we just, Lorpert reluctantly and sadly gives up Grey Spear for such a purpose.
Well, I mean, that's like one of the things that, like, if anything, we should try to bring back, right? We could try to sell the armor and all the other equipment at Last Light.
Well, yeah, that's true. We should leave weapons and stuff with Magnus. Once he's available, he can start researching it. Mm-hmm. He might be able to duplicate it or modify it or create a spell out of it, or who knows.
Magnus certainly won't say no.
Okay. Now here's the important question. I want to know which weapons you're taking. I want to know exactly what you're doing with each of these shadow weapons, which include Gray Sword and Gray Spear and Gray Knife.
Let's take them all, but then Gray Spear, when we return, we will use it to wield it against the enemy. So we'll have both Gold Spear and Gray Spear.
So we'll have to be really careful not to let any light touch it.
Okay. Describe to me in detail your process for safeguarding these magical artifacts.
Okay, let me think.
I mean, after seeing how the rations fared,
you do have a few rations left over for experimentation.
Let's purchase some basic items from Oravok and oil them, just like how you would oil a cloak to weather it. And then then just like roll it up, and then it'll be completely dark and there won't be any.
Yeah. If we could put it in like a case, like so we would like oil, like the oil part isn't as important because it's not about the water, it's about the light.
Well,
Yeah,
that-
basically, we would like wrap it up good, and then I think we would try to put it in like a case large enough to hold it, and then like fill it with some dirt.
What,
And
what,
hopefully it wouldn't be too heavy.
If you guys want to buy a box from Urvok, he will
Okay.
gladly sell you one.
let's do that then. Yeah, let's do a
Yeah.
box.
Okay, so like we wrap it up, then we like fill it with dirt to like definitely to like really stop any light, maybe, and then we'll close the lid on top of it, and then just kind of haul it back.
Okay.
But
So
first,
Urvok. Sorry,
I
go on.
wanted to say that we would experiment with like putting just like when we get to the surface, we'll experiment with just putting like a ration in it and then dragging it out and then putting it back and then seeing whether like just the concept of being in the light evaporates it.
Okay. So you have a box from Urvok, custom manufactured, for this purpose.
What a
And
great
it
evil
is
guy.
Yes, and is filled with soil from where?
I just assumed that we would. I assumed there was some somewhere. We're underground.
No, I mean you can
That's a good
probably find
point.
one. I just need to know like where or
I mean, I could just like walk out. I could just like walk out into the surface myself and just scoop up some.
There's earth around the cavern spaces near the last one in, but once we get up to higher levels, they won't be there. But yeah,
okay. Do you want to pack
Okay,
him
grab some
like
dirt.
the last one in then? Like try and like plunder some soil from the last one in? Because he'll sell you some.
I
mean,
think just going to the
money-
surface and getting some. I think just going to the surface and just grabbing some dirt there because we don't actually
Hmm.
need to protect it until it goes outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like Soliton just goes out and he uses his weird telekinesis and he just scoops up some like little
Okay.
shovels.
So
Shadow Monacan, I guess, has the 1+1 dagger. Or no. No, we need to take that with. Never mind, ignore me.
okay. So I've got bad news, which is
Uh-huh.
that this plan does not work, but it's good that you
Okay.
tested it.
Yes.
You pack the box with soil, and you put the ration in it, and you put more soil on top of it, and you tamp it down to get it like really sealed. You seal the box, you carry it out into the light, you wave it around a bit. In fact, it's not even. It's like the sun might have even set by now. You're out in the dark. You bring it back, open it up. Gone.
Okay. We cannot bring these back. We are back to the shadow armory idea. That is our only option.
we'll have
Yeah.
to cache them.
Yes.
So we just have to create
You
a
guys know this
cache.
area better than I do. You know anything better than leaving them with the guy at the last one in for money?
The first level has a secret tunnel. We could try to put it down into the pit of that goes down in the secret tunnel on the western side of it, and hope that nobody. There's also a place in the far northeast part of the first level where people had set up just such a cache, and they had hid it and they had covered the wall.
Okay.
Not a foolproof plan, but we
Yeah.
also can't go all the way back. If we do, then we're
Yep.
going to spend all our
Yeah.
time doing
Yeah,
that.
that'll take forever. That'll take too long. You're right. I vote that we also leave a little note in there, being like, "Hey, heads up, this is what it is. This is who we are." So, on the off chance that it's picked up by someone like friendly to our cause, then they might not immediately bring it to the surface.
I hate
I
to
think-
tell you, divine agent from another world, but no one here is friendly. This place is
Oh.
terrible.
All right,
Yes.
then forget what I said.
I disagree. If we send someone to pick up
Oh,
these
I'm
weapons,
new here,
we
okay?
we could tell them. If it's someone else that finds them, we don't want them to know that bringing this into light would destroy them.
Okay. In that case, let's leave no note. Let's just leave it there.
Okay. You stash the kit in the old secret room where the bandits once lay. The area remains is not completely empty. It has been re-inhabited by a pair of skeletal horrors who are one-hit die monsters who you easily beat to death. And you stash the items there in the dark, where the darkness may nurture them and give them life yet. And with that, you return on the road north to see what horrible nonsense has unfurled in Kayden's Rest since you last returned. Thank you very much all for your time. That was a hoot and a
you.
holler.
Mm.
We are no longer playing Dungeons and Dragons. The magic circle is ruptured.
You.